Yo guys, welcome to my very first devlog. Hopefully this will be the start of a pretty cool journey. I don't know, we'll see. So yeah, the game I'm working on, you could probably tell just by seeing this little spawn area. It's gonna be like a camping game. It's gonna be like a survival genre and also a little bit of horror as well, and I can get into that later. Yeah, this is just like a small project that I wanted to work on. It's kind of funny how I got into this, because just a few months ago I did not know how to code in Lua. Just a few months ago, like I had no idea what to do in Lua. And I mean I've dabbled in Roblox Studio in the past, like a long time ago, but I could not figure out Lua for like the longest time. The only reason why I came back recently is I saw one of my friends on Discord. Their status said like playing Roblox Studio, and I was like, I randomly got this camping idea, and I was like, you know what? This is what I'm gonna make for the next like few months. So yeah, I'm gonna show you what I've been able to make in about like 1 month. What I'm about to show you was all made in 1 month, and on top of that, when I started making this game, I didn't even know what a for loop did. Like, I didn't even know what that was. So a lot of time was actually spent like learning what most of the code does. Now in the beginning, I wish I recorded the beginning, but I have no like videos of like the first week, I think, but I do have screenshots, so I can show like all I had literally was like a stick and marshmallows. That's what the game looked like in like the first few days. So I started making this in around January 20, I think, and my plan was, in the beginning, I wanted to make the mechanics first, and then I could do other things like the building, because I guess I just thought that the mechanics were the most important part of the game, right? Because it's like the gameplay. So I decided to do the most important thing first. So I think the first thing I coded was the pickup system, where you pick up an item. You can only hold one item at a time. That's another thing. I wanted this game to be like pretty immersive, realistic. And one thing I don't like about other games is you can carry like 10 items in your hotbar. I don't really find that to be realistic, so I made it so you can only carry one item at a time. So yeah, that was a pretty like simple item system. And then after that, I made the campfire, where you get the marshmallows, you put it onto the stick, and then you can cook it. Most of the models you see was actually made in Blender. I'm not like super good at modeling, but I hope that the items are at least recognizable. I think like my favorite part of the game actually is this watch thingy, where you look down, your character like lifts up their wrist to look at the watch, and then it'll show you your hunger and thirst. When I was first making this, like originally I wanted the hunger and thirst to be like a HUD thing, like a UI thing that you see on your screen, right? I really wanted this game to be immersive. That's like one of the main goals with this game. I want it to be very immersive. Yeah, in my opinion, HUD doesn't really make it immersive, because it's just like this 2D thing on your screen. I wanted to have the least UI possible in a game. What's interesting is I actually had this watch idea for like a long time. You can see like I had this old project where I animated their wrist to like show like a watch thing. I always thought that would be like a cool thing to have in a game, where you can like look at your watch and it'll show you like whatever useful stats you need, like whenever you want, you could just look down at your watch and just see, instead of having a HUD on your screen, which kind of makes it like less immersive. So yeah, this watch is probably my favorite part of the game, because I don't think I've ever seen this in any other game. And as you can see right here, I actually figured out how to get Blender animations into Roblox Studio. So that's what made my animations like way better. And then this mechanic, I thought it was actually gonna be harder than it actually was, but it was pretty easy to make, and it was the tent. So I made it so you could have this like tent bag, but people thought it was a sleeping bag, so I don't know if I should change what it looks like. Yeah, you can pick it up, and then once you do pick it up, you can see the hologram of the tent, you know, like if it's green, you can place it down. If it's red, you can't. And so I made it so if it collides with like the campfire, you can't place it, because probably shouldn't place a tent near a campfire. Yeah, once you do place it down, there's like some steps you gotta do to actually set it up, because I wanted the tent to be realistic, you know, like how you would set up a tent in real life almost. So you have to kind of set up the poles and then put in all 4 stakes, and then you gotta hammer down those stakes as well. And then only then can you enter the tent. Anyway, here's me adding some new tent sounds, which is pretty cool. All was going well until I encountered this bug. Now, bugs, here's the thing about bugs. When I first started making this game, I did not realize how many bugs there was gonna be and how annoying they would be. Right now I'm having a very annoying bug where when you place your first tent, the placement is fine, right here. But once you get the second tent, for some reason, or wait, it's bugging out like that. Don't know why. So yeah, this seems like it's gonna be one of the hardest bugs to fix. I have absolutely no idea how that's happening. Yeah, little did I know, the solution to this bug was literally 1 line of code, and that's it. Sometimes that's all the bug is. Oh yeah, here's another bug that was super annoying. At one point, I was trying to do like highlights. There's like a highlight thing you can add in Roblox Studio, and the highlight just wouldn't work, right? So I was having this problem for like a really long time. Yeah, I literally had this problem for like 2 days, and so I was like searching, and then I found out there's a highlight limit of 31 for some reason, which means you literally can't have more than 31 highlights in a game. So yeah, I thought it was just some random bug, but it was like an actual feature. So what I had to do is I changed it so instead of enabling and disabling highlights, I would create and destroy highlights. So then there would only be like one at a time. So yeah, this is what you can make in 1 month, even starting from like square one. You can make a lot in a month as long as you have a clear goal for yourself. So my goal in the first month was to basically get all the basic mechanics down. So just really have a vision for like what type of game you want. Just take action towards it, you know? But if you have any suggestions for the game, please let me know, cuz like I don't really know where to take this game. You know, cuz I do have a story in mind for this game, but I don't know if I'm confident that it'll be fun enough. Like, I don't know if this game will be fun enough. And so right now my plan is, this is going back to the horror thing. Not only do you have to worry about your hunger and thirst, I want to add like another layer where there's this creature and it only comes out at night. So when it becomes nighttime, you better get into your tent, because if you're outside your tent, it will hunt you down. But here's the thing though. In the first night or two, it won't really like come out and be that dangerous, right? You'll just hear like strange sounds at night. So like I wanted to start off like low intensity, so then you could gradually build up the intensity. So like on night 3 or 4, on the later nights, that's when it actually gets dangerous. Like you hear footsteps outside your tent, you hear a person screaming outside. So like more intense sounds that you hear, and also it'll be more dangerous out there. And so after the first night, I want it so you can't find the keys to your truck. So like how you get to this camping site is you arrive on your truck, but I haven't really like made that yet. But yeah, you arrive in your truck, and after the first night, you realize the keys are gone. And so yeah, I want to establish like the first goal is to find your keys to your truck. And so it'll kind of force the players to explore the map, but hopefully while it's daytime, not nighttime. And in the map, there will be like some like side quests or things to do. Yeah, you guys can suggest anything if you have any ideas. That would help out a lot. Somewhere in the map, you'll come across this old cabin, right? And you'll knock on the door, but with no answer. And so you just assume like, oh, no one's home, so we might as well just check it out. So you go in there. This old man lives in there. Yeah, there's like a whole bunch of secrets in this old cabin, like answers to the creature, right? This cabin will tell you about the creature little bit, and you'll find that the old man who lives in this cabin stole your keys, and the reason why is he wanted to use unsuspecting campers as test subjects to see what the creatures would do to them. So yeah, it's kind of a slightly interesting story there. Maybe I could take this a whole new direction, you know? So if anyone has any ideas, please let me know. I'm open to new ideas for like which direction I could take this game. But yeah, if you find this game interesting to you and you would be down to help with this game, right now I'm working on this by myself, and I'm not really good at building, as you can tell. If anyone's like a builder and you want to help, then let me know. I'll be sure to compensate you for your time, of course. But yeah, other than that, that's it. On to the next devlog.